How do you think things are going so far in terms of becoming more of a wide receiver as opposed to just an athlete and like developing your route tree and all that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming out of high school, I knew like Coach Bailey and we got Coach Tito as well. They were gonna give me everything I needed, and I knew I had a lot of room to grow. And there's a million things so far I've learned since being here at wide receiver. So, I mean, I think it's going well. Every single practice, there's always something. Like even if I feel like I had my best practice yet, go over the film. There's 5, 6, 7 things. Even in routes I do well, you can never do it like perfect. So that's something.
How is like the level of competition, in practice showing up every day compared to what your expectations were, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, coming in, honestly, that's a good question. I never thought too much about what practice competition would be. I was more worried about the development side from Coach Bailey. But I mean, in practice, the scrimmage, any live periods you have, it's been good for sure. Like things that used to work in high school, you can just kind of run off, be lazy, certain play. Like you got to focus every time you're on the field. There's not like Coach always says, there's literally not a play off you can take. You're not just running off and can't ease the route and stuff. So I think it's just more competitive every single second of the game.
What kind of a quarterback is AJ?
Oh, he's awesome. He's a great quarterback. He's really smart. He's a good guy. Likes to have like fun. He's a good friend of mine, but also come in meetings and stuff, and he'll just drop knowledge and on the sideline and stuff, help me out that I didn't even know existed with football. To be honest, so he's awesome. He's just a great guy as well.
From a skill set perspective, like watching his arm and put it where he needs to go, what do you think?
I mean, it kind of is. It's very impressive. His arm. He has such a smooth throwing action. Great guy, and he's kind of sneaky quick. He can move side to side, and he's just brilliant on the field from what I've seen. So it's quite impressive.
What have been the biggest adjustments from high school?
I would say the size of everyone for sure. Navigating through the sidelines quite difficult with all these huge people. But on the field, physically blocking, like perimeter blocking, force blocking, getting to safeties and stuff. Just a lot more detail that in high school there wasn't near as much of. And when it comes to not just being able to run straight past people all the time, you have moves here and there, in and outs, whatever you can do. So just kind of, Coach Bailey likes to call it a tool belt, and kind of just expanding every tool you have with that.
Has there been a time that you got hit out here that you're like, I didn't get hit like that in high school?
I mean, a couple. We're pretty good at practice, not like, from what I, like, practice time, no one's coming in trying to absolutely drill you, but scrimmage, I mean, just big piles, you don't know what happened. You get up, you just move on. That's a big, because like, if you get hit real hard and I'm all out of it, he's gonna take me out, but I'm trying to get as many reps as possible on the field, so just kind of focusing. But yeah, for sure there's been times.
What's it been like joining the team with a couple of CPA guys already on it, with Langston and Kane,
yeah,
that you're familiar with?
I mean, honestly, that's probably one of my more favorite things, not even just CPA people, but just Nashville people in general. Just have so many connections with everyone. And I never got to play with Kane in high school. He was a senior, I was in 8th grade, so it was pretty cool, honestly.
Being a local guy, how ready are you for the couple of weeks from now for the first game?
I mean, pretty excited, honestly. This was the first time I ever got to even run routes out here, practice or anything with all this construction. So it's a cool feeling. I'm real excited just to be out here on the sideline. I remember sitting right here watching all the games this past year, so it's kind of crazy the turnaround.
When you got here in early June or whenever you enrolled, did you think you were going to play as a true freshman?
I mean, I knew there was a opportunity to get out here and show what I have. There's no guarantees with anything here. We brought Junior along, great receiver too, and we have different skill sets. That's why we're both here. I was just more excited. I knew here, like, there's an opportunity ahead of me. Just kind of make do with it, and don't get too in my head for sure, because college football can be a very challenging thing, especially this fall camp. You're just going every day, not knowing what's going on, but I knew there was an opportunity, so.